And the moment you try to force things, force success, force timing, force relationships, you step out of flow and into resistance. It's like trying to paddle upstream with a broken oar. You exhaust yourself and get nowhere. But when you let go, not from laziness, but from deep trust, something powerful happens. You stop pushing, and the current starts carrying you. Everything is energy, not just atoms, planets, and stars, but also your thoughts, emotions, intentions, and every form of energy has a frequency, a unique vibration it emits out into the universe. So, what happens when you constantly try to control your life? You send out a signal of fear, scarcity, and lack. You may say you want abundance, love, peace. But if your energy says, "I don't trust life," that's what the universe responds to. This is a game of resonance, not effort. Think of yourself as a radio tower. If you're tuned into the frequency of anxiety, you won't receive the broadcast of joy. If you're vibrating at "nothing is working," life will echo that back to you. Now, here's the shift. Letting go changes your frequency. It's not passive, it's powerful. When you release the need to control outcomes, you begin to emit trust, openness, clarity. You stop grasping and start allowing, and the universe responds. You'll notice little synchronicities, the right people, the perfect timing, unexpected blessings, not because you forced them, but because you matched their vibration. Just like tuning a guitar string to the right pitch, when your inner energy is in harmony, your outer reality becomes music. Let's go deeper. Modern physics has discovered something astonishing. At the quantum level, the observer affects the observed. That means the very act of focusing on something changes how it behaves. Crazy, right? But it's true. This is known as the observer effect, a principle in quantum mechanics that says the outcome of a system isn't fixed until it's observed, until attention is given to it. So what does this have to do with you? Everything. Because your life is a quantum field of potential. Every possibility exists simultaneously: success and failure, love and loneliness, expansion and stagnation. What you observe, what you focus your energy on, collapses into reality. But here's the twist. Intention without attachment is powerful. Intention with obsession is destructive. When you observe with clarity and trust, "This is what I desire, and I'm open to how it flows," you're activating possibility. You're allowing quantum alignment. But when you try to force it, "This must happen, and it must happen this way, or else," you collapse your potential. You introduce resistance. You interrupt the flow. It's like yelling at water to calm down. The more noise you make, the more ripples you create. This is the quantum paradox. The less you push, the more real it becomes. The quieter your mind, the louder the universe speaks. And when you truly grasp this, not just intellectually, but emotionally, spiritually, you unlock something most people never access. A life that unfolds with grace instead of struggle. Imagine you're planting a seed. You dig the soil, water it, place it under the sunlight. But then, every few hours, you dig it up to check if it's growing. You get impatient. You worry. You pull at the roots to make it grow faster. What happens? You destroy the very thing you wanted to bloom. This is what most people do with their dreams, their relationships, their goals. They plant, but they don't trust. They water with anxiety, not belief. But the wise gardener understands. Growth happens in silence. Magic unfolds in the unseen. And trust is the sunlight of transformation. Let's make this practical. Let's talk about how to release control and still live with purpose. Here are 5 mindset shifts that can change everything. 1. Focus on the what, not the how. Set your intention clearly. Know what you want, but don't obsess over how it must happen. Trust that the how is the universe's job. Affirm, I know what I want. I allow the path to reveal itself. 2. Practice presence over planning. Planning is useful, but living in your plan is a trap. The present moment is where life happens, where intuition speaks, and sometimes what you need most will only appear when you stop trying and start listening. 3. Feel the frequency before the form. If you want love, feel love now. If you want abundance, find things to appreciate now. The universe mirrors your vibration, not your wish list. 4. Let discomfort be your teacher, not your enemy. Letting go feels scary because control feels safe. But real transformation often hides behind the fear of surrender. Lean into the discomfort. It means you're expanding. 5. Replace control with curiosity. Instead of, how do I make this happen? Ask, what magic might unfold if I allowed instead of forced? Curiosity opens doors. Control slams them shut. There is a deeper wisdom guiding this universe. A quiet intelligence that moves the tides, grows the trees, heals the wounds. You are part of that flow. You are not here to control life like a machine. You are here to dance with it like a wave. And the moment you stop shouting, life begins to whisper. The moment you release the need to grip, life places treasures in your open hands. So if you've been trying, pushing, planning, worrying, controlling, take a breath, let go. Not out of defeat, but out of trust. Because the truth is, the more you try to control, the quieter the universe becomes. But the moment you trust, the universe starts to sing. From a young age, we are taught that if you want something in life, you have to go out and get it. Work hard, push through, grind, hustle, chase the dream. And while there is value in action, what most people don't realize is that there's a difference between aligned action and desperate action. Aligned action flows from clarity, inspiration, and inner peace. Desperate action comes from lack, fear, and the feeling that I'm not enough unless I achieve this. When you move from a space of force, constantly chasing, striving, and proving, your energy communicates a deep truth to the universe. I don't believe this is already mine. But when you move from a space of allowing, something changes. Allowing doesn't mean sitting still and doing nothing. We allow these things by being in tune with their vibration, by becoming the version of ourselves that can naturally hold them. The universe doesn't respond to effort alone. It responds to energy. Here's a mind-bending truth that most people overlook. You don't receive what you want. You receive what you are. Wanting something doesn't guarantee its arrival. But becoming the version of yourself who already has it, that's the key. Let's say you desire peace, love, abundance, or confidence. Instead of asking, how do I get that? Ask, who is the version of me that already lives in that reality? And how can I embody that today? This is where reality starts to shift. Because once you begin to embody the frequency of your desired future, the outer world starts to mirror your inner change. This is not magic, it's resonance. Think of yourself as a tuning fork. If you vibrate at the frequency of peace, you will attract peaceful people, peaceful circumstances, peaceful outcomes. If you vibrate at the frequency of chaos, life will seem like a storm. Now here's where most people go wrong. They try to change the outer world before they change their inner state. They change jobs, relationships, cities, hoping things will finally feel right. But nothing sticks. Nothing satisfies. Why? Because the external was never the root. The root is you. The outside is a mirror. The inside is the source. So instead of waiting for life to give you a reason to feel joy, be the joy. Instead of waiting for love to show up to feel worthy now. You're not faking it. You're tuning in to the version of you that already exists in a higher reality. Once you become it, you'll start to see it. Once you believe it, life will begin to reflect it. Let's talk about something that modern life seems to fear. Stillness, silence, doing nothing. In a culture that celebrates constant motion, quietness can feel wrong, even threatening. But here's the paradox. Stillness isn't the absence of power. It is the gateway to it. The universe doesn't shout. It doesn't rush. It whispers. And unless you learn to quiet your mind, you'll never hear it speak. Have you ever noticed that your best ideas come when you're in the shower, walking in nature, or lying in bed doing nothing? That's not coincidence. That's your nervous system calming down enough to receive. When you stop thinking, solving, fixing, you enter the field of presence. And in presence, answers arise effortlessly. Here's a truth few people realize. Intuition doesn't compete with noise. It waits. It waits for you to stop yelling at life with your plans and start listening to what it's trying to show you. And most of the time, what it shows you is not what you expected, but it's always what you needed. Silence also does something else. It teaches you to become comfortable in uncertainty. When you're not busy distracting yourself with movement, you're forced to face your deeper truths, your fears, your longings, your desires. But in that raw stillness, there's gold. There's the realization that you were never alone, that life was never against you, that the thing you were searching for was never outside of you. How to enter the space of trust and let go. Let's turn this into something actionable. Simple practices that help you live in allowing, alignment, and presence. 1. Act as if, but feel as now. Instead of pretending you're something you're not. Connect with the energy of already being the version of you who has the life you desire. Ask, what would that version of me think, feel, and believe today? Then practice living in that vibration. Your reality will begin to reflect it. 2. Daily stillness ritual. Start each day with 5 minutes of silence. No phone, no agenda. Just you, your breath, and the present moment. Let your thoughts pass like clouds. Don't chase them. Over time, this practice will rewire your nervous system and sharpen your intuition. 3. Release obsession with outcome. Before you begin any task, whether it's applying for a job, launching a project, or having a conversation, say this to yourself. I give my best energy, and I release the result. This simple shift removes resistance and puts you in a receiving state. For let go journaling. At the end of each day, write down everything you're trying to control. Then next to each item, write, I release this. I trust the unfolding. You'd be amazed at how much mental weight this clears. 5. Trust the delays. Not everything delayed is denied. Sometimes, the universe slows things down because you're being prepared for something better. Don't confuse stillness with absence. The universe does its best work in the invisible. You are not just a person living inside a chaotic world. You are a field of energy, constantly communicating with the larger field of reality. You are not here to control the tides. You are here to learn how to surf them. And when you stop trying to force life, when you pause, trust, breathe, and allow the very thing you were chasing may show up at your feet, This isn't wishful thinking. This is resonance. This is alignment. And this is what the universe has been trying to tell you all along. The more you try to control, the quieter the universe becomes. But when you finally let go, the universe roars with possibility. The universe is not abandoning you. It's simply waiting for you to stop trying to control everything, so it can begin to operate in the most magical way. When you let go, you don't lose anything. You're simply making space for greater wisdom to step in. Remember, there's no need to control when you know you're resonating at the right frequency. And when you live at the right frequency, everything you're seeking will start seeking you. If this video touches you, it's no coincidence. It's a reminder that it's time for you to allow the universe to speak to you. Leave a comment, I let go and allow, and watch what begins to change.